Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to ERIA School of Government, particularly Professor Aizawa, my friend Nubo, for inviting me here and sharing my thought on the Aceh peace process and to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the hallmark 2005 Helsinki MOU. I have to be very careful here. Okay. So, I heard for the past 2 days many interesting thoughts, a very good learning experience from petitioner story, from people who actually involved in the whole process. And it gave me a lot to reflect about. And coming from a country who is a post-conflict society as well, I share many of the sentiment and the experience that happening and can relate many of those experiences. So, taking this opportunity, I hope this panel, I already told Professor Aizawa, since I observed there are many colleges and people participant here and who seem to be curious. I hope there will be a Q&A in this panel. But specifically, there are many distinguished scholars here. Ambassador Rizal Sukma also here, Yuki also here, and Onanong. She gave everything, the contact. I mean, no point for me to talk anymore because everything already there. Okay, but I speak more on. I share more on reflection and try to bring some dimension in, and only 3 points. And I promise to make my speech very short, as I want to engage more in Q&A and comment more. The first one is that Aceh peace process is an important case study to reflect. And as you may have heard already, nothing is perfect. There are still room for improvement. And after 20 years, the process is still ongoing. And I think there are more that can be done. But it is an important case study, and a lot of that involve a lot of spirit of reconciliation, spirit of development, spirit of peace by those who involved. So it's an important case study that we continue to keep reflecting. And the one takeaway that I can say from this whole peace process is that complex issues such as Aceh require comprehensive political solutions, not military solutions. And I think, as in the case of many peace processes in the region and around the world, military solution should not be what all parties should strive for. We should strive for comprehensive political solutions. If all parties of the dispute really want to have a sustained and lasting settlement of any dispute, I think, particularly in this part of the world. That's the first point, which leads me to the second point. And I think my colleague from Thailand already mentioned already. In my view, peace process is a never-ending process. It's not about stop fighting. It's not the no more fighting, no more military clashes. Then we can call it peace. Yes, some element of peace is there, but to help to sustain a peace, there are many options, there are many considerations that have to be in place. And the fundamental one is to strengthen the foundations of peace, which are, many things, good governance, equilibrium between state and society, between authority and people, between those in charge and those who actually live in the whole process. This is very crucial. Social justice, rule of law, economic development, and others. So when we think about peace and to sustain peace, we have to take into account these important elements of the foundation of peace. So I just want to re-emphasize that to, not just like the Aceh, not just Aceh peace process, but many of the case study that, particularly in this region, we need to sustain the peace, which means we have to link good governance, to link the consideration of striving to have equilibrium between state and society. Very important. Yeah, very important. The third one, I want to bring regional and geopolitical element in a little bit, and it's about ASEAN role in cases like Aceh and other dispute cases that this region has been facing. We have to understand that there were no formal ASEAN engagement, like ASEAN operation in the aftermath or in the process of the Aceh peace process. We have to admit this. Yes, during the general mentioned this morning, there was an operation, monitoring team that have ASEAN member joining. Very important, and it's a good case that ASEAN has to reflect why there was not such an ASEAN operation in it. Only some ASEAN countries joined. Why not the rest of ASEAN countries? I think it reflects a lot about the state of ASEAN peaceful dispute settlement mechanism involving in enhancing regional peace and stability. And I want to mention that, yes, in ASEAN, it takes time, the pace and the speed is based on the comfort of all of its members, but all of its members have to recognize that what happened in one of its members can have a lot of regional implications. And at two levels, I hope that ASEAN member continue to make sure that it pay attention and take into account the concern of its member, particularly Indonesia. United Indonesia is very important for regional peace and for the viability of ASEAN way forward at the first level. So we have to continue to nurture that. At the second level, I think ASEAN have to appreciate and take into account the intra-ASEAN let's say relations. When we talk about ASEAN, it should not be a very abstract thing. It should be about to make sure that relationship among ASEAN members continue to nurturing, continue to enhance, continue that make sure that the trust and the spirit of cooperation has been intact. And I think the process has to, the ASEAN peaceful dispute settlement mechanism have to continue to refine itself, nurture. I know it's very difficult, but it has to be nurtured and have to reflect many of the challenges that the region is facing. Specifically, way forward, I think at ASEAN level, particularly dispute settlement mechanism have to take into account or establish more effective way or more timely way to manage the following disputes that might link to what we discussed today as well. The first one is how to peacefully manage domestic disputes among ASEAN member states, but have regional implication for peace and stability in the region. That's the first one. The second one, how to manage disputes among ASEAN members should it happen or turn out to be conflict. What are the effective ways to consider that? The third one is how to manage disputes between ASEAN members and ASEAN external partners. This is even more challenging. What to do? And the last one, and I promise to close now, is how to manage the disputes between ASEAN partners that have implication for regional peace and stability. So all in all, I just want to say that Aceh peace process is a very important case study of peace process that all of us should continue to learn and reflect on. We have to continue to keep learning, and hopefully that when we learn, we try to do something and try to reflect all the shortfall, all the pitfall, and more, and find better way, peaceful way, comprehensive solution way to address many of the challenges that are happening in this part of the world. Thank you for listening to me. Look forward to discussing more with you. Thank you.